Okay. Welcome in my apartment in Brussels. I live here now. This is my couch. This is my living room. You don't see the living room, you just see the couch, but hi! As promised, it's a little later than I promised, but it's still here because today is a day that I film my gear list video of the MASSIV Trail. So the MASSIV Trail is by far, I'm not even exaggerating, the most beautiful trail I ever did. There is not many people on the trail. The trail has like varies a lot. It's not too hard physically. I mean, it's something, but it's not like a GR20 every day climbing a big mountain. The trail is so well equipped for hikers because it's Norway, you know, it's Scandinavia. They have this whole hut system. Voila. I'm gonna make a separate video on my tips of the trail, but today I'm just gonna talk about gear. And gear I have here. That rhymes. So as always, I just like packed my bag the way that I was packing it in Norway, so you know immediately where I put everything. It's kind of a combination of my gear list of the Kungsleden and the gear list of the GR20 and the Tour du Mont Blanc. Because I have the newer gear of the GR20 and the Tour du Mont Blanc, but I have the warmer gear of the Kungsleden combined. The best of both worlds. I will link everything in the description down below, so I will make a list of the gear that I still find online. It's not sponsored, maybe I should get into that. I don't have a lot of time right now, hence the lateness of this video. So I made a separate pile of everything that I was carrying on me outside of my backpack when I was hiking. So the first thing I have is my Fanny Pack. I love this one. It's a brand that like previously it was only in the US, but right now in Europe, I live in Belgium, we have the AS Adventure and they have Cotopaxi right now. I was so pleasantly surprised when I saw that they have it. So if you live in Europe and you have the AS Adventure, they have Cotopaxi. Maybe you can get one of these. It's a really lightweight fanny pack. It has all the funky colors, stuff that I like in gear. What I was carrying inside my fanny pack was actually the camera that I'm filming with right now. A Sony camera, I will link it down below, and it's a Rode microphone. I had this cream. I mean, this cream is the cream that is saving me also off the trail. I'm a blogger. This cream is the best cream for everything. If you're wounded on your skin, if you have dry lips, if you have anything dry skin or anything, this cream is the bomb. I used this for my lips because in Norway it's really cold and your lips, woo, you need a cream for it. I ran out of this one, so on trail I bought another one, and this one was actually also really good. It's Savex Original. Oh my god, I'm such a blogger. So, lip care inside the fanny pack. What else? I had stuff to write with. When I would have to write on a map or on anything, I did have something to write with. And I also had some toilet paper in here because my nose gets all runny when it's cold outside, and so like every 10 minutes I had to blow my nose. And the last thing that was also inside my fanny pack was my phone and my earphones. So I was listening music from here. Voila, that's the fanny pack. Then let's go to the clothes. I always wear these Falke socks. I really like them. They are like hiking socks, so they hug your feet really well. And I was also wearing liner socks. So I just bought a thin nylon sock and I wore it inside of this sock to prevent blisters. Because then the friction isn't between the sock and your foot, but it's between the two socks. Voila, a little tip, how to prevent blisters. That's what I do. For shoes, I was wearing Salomons. I was not wearing this exact pair because I lost mine at the airport when I was coming back. But I wear Salomons every day, so like these are now my everyday shoes. But if I would go on a hike, these are the ones that I would hike with. It's just a Salomon Trail Runner shoe. I would say on the more snowy parts of the trail, this isn't the best shoe. It's kind of slippery, so if you don't have hiking poles, that's maybe not the best choice for you. But I really like them because your shoes are gonna get wet either way. Even if they're Gore-Tex, they are really light, so you don't have to carry these clumps of weight on your feet. They dry really fast if they are wet. By the end of the night, they are dry, and the morning after, you start with dry shoes. I must also say, they got wet every day. I was in peace with it. There was a lot of mud and there was a lot of water. I mean, when you're hiking and when you're walking, you don't really feel the cold of wet shoes that much. So I don't really bother about that. But if you really don't like wet shoes, then maybe go for a Gore-Tex. Although I'm also saying Gore-Tex gets wet too. Okay, more clothes. What I was wearing during hiking. So I was wearing obviously a hiking sports bra without any metal or anything like that. So just a synthetic fabric sports bra. Then I was wearing a long sleeve shirt and I was wearing yoga pants. Of course, sometimes when it was raining or when it was cold or when it was whatever, I added some other layers, but these are in my pack. Let's go to the pack. I've always said this on my channel and I still do. I love this pack. It's a pack from Adam Packs. It's a company from Great Britain. Now with the Brexit, I know you have to pay taxes on them. I bought it before Brexit, so I was very lucky. Still, I would say it's worth the price because they make them accustomed to the length of your spine. It sits on my body perfectly. It's really lightweight. The fabric is really nice. It's sturdy. It doesn't break. Let's start with the mesh pocket in front. First up, I have my rain cover for my pack. This is a separate one because the pack isn't waterproof. So I still bought just a separate one to protect my bag from rain. Then I have my water filter. I must say I sometimes didn't use this because the water in Norway is really clean. If it was on a lower altitude, I would actually filter it because, you know, you have animals maybe higher up the mountains who like... So, voila. Then, the first trail where I really needed this insect repellent. You need this. Take it from me, because on previous trails, I didn't take it. Now I thought, really last minute, I thought, well, let's take it. You never know. You need it. And also buy it outside of Norway, because in Norway they have this rule that they have to make insect repellents really good for the body, so they don't contain DEET. And DEET is actually the ingredient that's really gonna repel mosquitoes. It's not so good for your body, but I mean, wow, you're gonna be thankful for it because the mosquitoes, they don't know the word mercy. Then also something that you really need on this trail, actually you need it more than on the GR20 or the Tour du Mont Blanc where you are in the sun all day. Sunscreen. I bought this one on the trail because I didn't take one with me because I was like, I'm going to Norway, I don't really need sunscreen. Ooh, I'm not gonna go on about it. You need it. Then I have my stakes. I always have them in the front mesh pocket so they don't damage anything inside my pocket. I mean, they have damaged the mesh pocket by now, but I'd rather have them damaging the mesh pocket than, like, let's say my mattress. They are from Haringboer. I ordered them like years ago. They are still as straight as a stake can be. Titanium, lightweight, what you want to have for your tent. I took my little brake pad with me this time because Norway has a cold ground. Sometimes it's nice to sit on something else than the cold ground. At night, I use it as a nightstand for like all my stuff. Feel like a bit homey inside my tent. Then I reintroduced the e-reader in my gear list. So I think it's part of me growing up and me taking things more slowly than before, because now I was doing one stage a day, which meant that sometimes I was at my destination already at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So what do you do then? You read! And it's actually so much fun! I was so into the book because there's no distractions of life and work and a city and people and friends. Friends! who needs friends? No, but I mean, there's no distraction, so you can really get into the story. And like, for example, you read a bit in the morning, and then while you're hiking, you can think about the story. Actually, I recommend it. I know I said in my gear I no longer use video that I no longer use this, but I would say I'm coming back from that. Then, the greatest item in my pack today is a book I made myself of the MASSIV Trail. If you want to hike the MASSIV Trail and you've already done some research on it, you will probably have seen that there are no books, printed books on this trail. It doesn't exist. But voila, I made my own book. This is the book. You said easy hike, but did you die? And then inside I have a big overview of every day, and then I have like every stage, made a little map, and then afterwards I wrote down like what weather it was that day, like little notes, who I met on the trail, stuff like that. In the end, I added some sudokus for when I was bored. When I finished the trail, I had this page with like, yay, you did it. I will put the link to this in the description down below so you can print it. Please note that it's not perfect. I wrote it before I hiked the trail and I didn't do any adjustments on it. And it's in Dutch. I'm sorry. It's in Flemish, and not good Flemish even. If you like, I put it together really quickly. If you want to have it, it's out there. It's not perfect. Voila. Then the side pockets. As always, I of course took my hiking poles. I don't hike without them. They are epic. They are the moment they make the hike. And then on the other side pocket, I had a tripod. I went a bit more fancy with my filming this year. I hope you saw it in my MASSIV Trail video. I hope you recognized the difference in terms of quality with my previous videos, hiking videos. But I took a tripod, and this one is really epic. I think it's like 30 euros. 30! It's really lightweight. It opens really fast. You just boom, boom, boom. It cannot go really high. So when I stand up, the height is like around my waist, but it's a great tripod. I really like it. So if you want to film a good video on trail and you want to have like good landscapes, this one is really nice. Also in the side pockets, I carried 2 water bottles. Just 2 water bottles that I bought in a supermarket. I think it was 75 centiliters, so not even a liter per bottle, because there's a lot of water in Norway. They are cheap, they're lightweight, they're everything you need to have on the trail in terms of water bottles. Then a great feature on this pack is that it also has a pocket on the bottom, a little mesh pocket. It's stretchy and it's really nice. In there I put a Ziploc bag with toilet paper and my toothbrush and toothpaste. So in the morning when I packed everything up, the last thing I do when I'm leaving camp is brushing my teeth. And then I can just put it in this pocket right here. Also when I need to go to the toilet while I'm hiking, I can just pop up my toilet paper and put it back when I'm done. It's really fast, it's really easy, really quick. I like it. Aside from this Ziploc bag, I also put snacks in there. So in the morning, I fill it up with the snacks that I will eat that day. And then during the day, I can just reach behind and have my snack. I don't have to stop. I don't have to open my bag or anything like that. Then we're almost inside the bag. But first, we still have this area. It's my gloves. These are gloves that I've been using also for a long time now. I would say that I think I'm gonna switch my gloves because these are not wool. They get really cold when they're wet. And they are waterproof to a certain point. When you're hiking in the rain for a whole day and you have your hands like this, because you're carrying hiking poles, these get wet to the bone and your hands are freezing. So actually from now on, I think I'm gonna use woolen gloves because I saw a lady on the trail who was carrying woolen gloves. She was like totally into gear and everything hiking related. So you can really trust her opinion. She was like, Floor, you need woolen gloves on trail because they don't get cold when they're wet. Then also I had a little beanie, hat. Then I have my rain jacket. This is a new one because my previous one, sometimes it let rain through it wasn't perfect. And this one is really good. It is again from Patagonia and it just does the job. I've heard people complaining about this jacket that it makes too much noise. For me, it doesn't get on my nerves. I can imagine that if you're sensitive to noise, you don't like that. But for me, the jacket is great. It's really lightweight and it does the job perfectly. And I mean, it comes in nice colors. Okay, we're still not gonna dive into the pack. I'm really sorry, but there's two pockets left here and here. Here, you know, I always keep Emil. It's my little polar bear. He comes with me on every trail. And sometimes here I put my phone. So except for putting it in my fanny pack, I sometimes would put it here when it's not raining. And then there's one pocket left that's here. It's this one. It's a little small pocket. And in here I kept my wallet. I don't mean a big bulky wallet. I just mean a small Ziploc bag with some cards, some change, and every important document that I needed on the trail. Now, we move to the inside of the pack. The pack has a roll top. What's first when I open it is my tent. It's a Z-Pack's duplex tent. I really admire it ever since I bought it. It does the job perfectly. It's waterproof. I haven't got any rain in my tent since I bought it. You set it up in like 5 minutes. It's so lightweight. It's the dream. It's the dream. However, in Norway or in any country where it's colder, you do have some condensation in this tent. Also, it's not a warm tent. So if you take this tent and you go up north, you need to have a sleeping system that's really warm. I learned this the hard way. If you watched my video, I had some horrible nights. I will get into it later because I will talk about my sleeping system, but it's a cold tent. There's a lot of wind coming underneath the outside, so you really need a warm sleeping system. These points still, for me, don't outweigh the pros of it being a lightweight, fast, waterproof tent. If you would like a warmer tent, then obviously go for another one. So the Z-Pack's duplex tent, I put it on the top of my pack because it's lightweight. So I on the top of my pack, I want to have everything that's lightweight. And at night when I'm putting up my tent, I can just grab it from the top of my bag. I don't have to like dive into my pack all the way to the bottom to get out my tent. Then I have my rain pants. These are spray-away rain pants. I just wear them over my yoga pants. They work perfectly. They're Gore-Tex. They keep my legs dry. And also sometimes when it was just a cold day, I would wear these just to be a bit warmer on the legs. Then I have my cooking system. On the GR20 and the Tour du Mont Blanc, I cold soaked, so I didn't take a stove because I didn't need warm food. Now I knew that I was gonna need warm food, so I took my stove again. This is a pot from GSI Outdoors. So in here I keep my stove, which is just this thing. Boom, boom, boom. It's from Primus. Hups, this one. I keep a briquet and I keep some matches that I bought on trail. If my lighter would be done, I use these. Hjälpesticker. Okay. And then with the stove, of course, you would expect food. I also have my food bag at the top, like underneath my tent, because then it's a bit lower because food is really heavy. So you want to have it lower in your pack, but still up at the top a little bit because you want to reach it fast when you want to cook something or you want to eat something. So this is my food bag. It's a 12-liter dry bag. Normally it would be like a big bag that I would put in my pack. Of course, now I don't have any food because I'm not out on trail. In the morning, I would eat oatmeal, oats with water and milk powder and a bar of chocolate, sometimes two. Then during the day, I would eat snacks, actually just snacks, so bars. Some of these drinks, like powders to add to water, which are not really tasty, but they give you the energy that you need. So, and then at night, I would cook one of these dried meals where you would just have to add water to, and then it would be ready to eat. And then as dessert, I would have hot chocolate. And I would actually, oh my God, I was eating a lot of chocolate. I would eat another bar, but I mean tablet, you know, one of tablets of chocolate. I mean, you're hiking, so, but yeah. In this bag, I also carry my spork. It's just a titanium spork, really light, and all you need to eat. Boom! Then I have a pack liner. So all this stuff that I showed you now is outside my pack liner. What we're gonna enter now is the stuff that really needs to be dry. If it rains through my rain covers, sometimes, if it rains through the pack, the stuff in my dry bag is still dry. So in here, I first have my Ditty bag. This is a bag just full of little stuff that I was using. Let's get through it. A little repair kit for everything. This is just zelfklevend reparatiedoek. So self-sticking reparation cloth. It's just a little patch that you can cut up and that you can use to fix little holes in maybe your tent. I fixed my sleeping bag with it because it had a little hole. Take it. It really comes in handy when something breaks. And it's easy. Everybody can use this. It's literally just a sticker to fix holes. Then I have my pencil, my little light for in the dark. It has 3 modes. It also has this red light for at night, so you don't scare animals, or you don't, if you camp near other hikers, other tents, then you don't disturb them with your bright white light at night. Bright white light at night, white. My pencil. Then I have biodegradable soap to wash myself with when I get to camp, or when I can take a shower somewhere. I use this. It's biodegradable, but it doesn't mean that you can use it in water. I didn't know this, but somebody commented it in the comments of a previous video of mine, and I did some research on it, and they were right. You can use it in a shower, or if you're far from a stream or a lake, like to do a little away from water. Then I have another Ditty bag in the Ditty bag. This is just some painkillers, some blister plasters, and some ear ear sticks, and also a needle and thread. Still, if something breaks, you want to be able to repair it. Nail scissors. This is something you will need for obviously your nails, more so the nails on your feet, because if the nails on your feet are really long, they hurt your feet, they hurt your toes. Voila, you want to keep them nice and short. You use it for cutting up this patch thing, when you need a knife, when you need something to cut something with, you want to have some little scissors. They come in handy. Then I had a spare battery for my microphone. And I'm a lady and I was on my period, baby. So tampons, but like more than these. Don't forget tampons, ladies. Or your own system, whatever you use. Pads or like the cup, Diva cup, I don't know. Voila, that's the Ditty bag. Under the Ditty bag, we have spare clothes. So another pair of socks. I did have another pair of liner socks. So I had 2 pairs of socks. These are also from Falke, really nice. I did have some spare underwear. I had, I think, 2 or 3 spare underwear. So I had 1 on me and then 2 or 3 in my pack. Then the savior of the trail. This is something that I bought on trail because after 6 days I felt like the nights were too cold, my tent was not warm enough, my sleeping system was not warm enough. Even though in Sweden I camped at -8 degrees Celsius, these nights were colder. And it was only 0 degrees Celsius. It was really colder, there was more wind, it felt really cold. After 6 days, I took a little detour to a village that had a hiking shop and I bought a sleeping bag liner. From then on, I was totally fine in my sleeping bag and I had warm nights. This was really a God's gift at that point of the trail. Wow. Then, my pajamas. Just thermal underwear. I have a long sleeve shirt and I have thermal pants. Sometimes you can even buy these in the huts. I was so surprised, but voila, if you forget them, you can buy them in the huts. Don't count on it, but I mean, it's possible. Then we have a towel, bibim. Voila, little towel. I mostly use this to wipe off the condensation of my tent. during the night or in the morning even, but also to clean yourself when you're taking a shower, just like use it as a towel, doing dishes, stuff like that. Then, I had my down socks to sleep. They're just actually little sleeping bags for your feet. I'm a cold sleeper. I think you're becoming aware of that. But it was also cold there. Don't judge me. But these, really nice for your feet. You just put them on like this and you have warm feet at night. Really, really, a dream. A dream. I also have my down jacket. This is something that I would wear when I would get to a hut, when I'd want to be warm and just chill and just read on my e-reader a bit. So this one is from RAB. It's also a UK company. Sometimes I would sleep in it in cold nights. Layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. And now the people are gonna say to me that you need to sleep naked in your sleeping bag. For me, it doesn't work. I've tried it multiple nights now and it doesn't work for me. Even though I like do the little sporty thing before jumping into my sleeping bag, I'd still cool down. It doesn't work for me. If it works for you, fine. For me, it doesn't work. I just have to wear a layer, 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 layer. I think we're down to the last thing in my pack. So this is the pack liner. Oh, there's something else in there. Yeah. This is my quilt. To explain really shortly, you can clip it to your mattress. So you don't have something underneath you when you sleep, because your sleeping bag actually doesn't work on the side that you're laying on, because the down is being compressed and it cannot warm. So this saves weight because it leaves out the part that would be underneath you, and you just have a warm quilt. This is from Enlightened Equipment. It's an American-based company. I think by now you can buy a good quilt in Europe as well if you do some research. And then the last thing I have is my mattress. It's again the warm mattress that I used on the Kungsleden. So this is one by Thermarest. It's really warm. The minute you blow it up, it's a blow-up mattress. The minute you blow it up, you go sit on it, you feel like whoom, whoom, whoom. You feel your own warmth coming back to you. It's a great pad. The only thing that I don't really like on it is that it's so slippery. When your tent is even remotely on a hill, you slide down. With this mattress, you have to camp on like the flattest area possible. And that's everything. I need to pack everything again to put it back in my closet. Also note that I was on a massive trail on a really cold summer. Everybody around me was saying it, like this is the coldest summer we've had in years. It was rainy, cold, everything that you could have on the trail in terms of low temperatures was there, windy, everything. Still, in this weather, it was the best trail I ever did. So still, I would say go there. Please, if you want to treat yourself, if you like Scandinavian mountains, if you're not really bothered with cold weather, oh man, go there. It's beautiful. So my little booklet that I made, I will link in the description down below. And every gear thing that I showed you right now that I can find on the internet, I will put in a list in the description down below. Have a lot of fun planning your hike, even if you're doing another hike in like these climates. Have fun, go for it, enjoy, be in the moment or not. You can do whatever you want on trail. I wish you the best of trails. I will see you in my next video. I'm such a YouTuber. Bye-bye!